We get experimental science. We're curious, non-judgmental.
So it's about owl color. So there are differences in owl color. So you have the same species of owl, but they're looking at two different locations. They found that one species of owl had really dark plumage or feathers, and another, the same species living in a different location, had really light color. And so they wondered why these barn owls look different. And it all turns out it's connected to volcanoes. Yes, volcanoes. The diet that these animals eat near the volcanoes has a lot of sulfur in it. They're able to break down the sulfur. They don't die from them. But it turns out the byproduct of that sulfur breakdown results in darker feathers. Yes. So here, this map, they did some sampling of the owls, and they compared where they're located. So dark colors indicate the average coloration amongst individuals. So you can see a lot of these places have fairly light color, and there's a couple of outliers that have these dark colors. And so they wanted to ask, well, if this is all the same species, why is there such drastic difference between their colors? Especially with species where, like here, where you're not very distantly apart in terms of like geographic location, but you're still looking very, very different. But yeah, they did measurements, and they found the plumage color of individuals that in locations where barn owls were closer to the white color. They found that there was more likely to be absent sulfurs in their food, and then they found that the one where it is present, they'd be more likely to have sulfurs. And it turns out that is a result of their diet, eating sulfur in their diet. And it turns out owls that live near volcanic soil or volcanic activity have darker plumage and darker feathers. And like flamingos, different. Yep, exactly. Conferox highlights how flamingos, when they eat different krill, it makes the vibrant pink color in their feathers. So it's the exact same process here, except it's not like they're actual, like the same way of food source as you would have seen in others, where it's like not the krill, but it's just whatever's growing on the island that's also intaking this sulfur. That's what's making them have different color. Here is the raw data. This is the more white in color, and then that other one is the darker in color. You can see they kind of look like they're overlapping. This is a box-Whittaker plot that is putting every single data point that is measured on the graph. What you want to look for is this dark black line and comparing how the two black lines differ from each other. So that's the average there. If you just look by eye, it doesn't look very different, but if you focus in on those lines and look at the averages and actually do the counts, you will see that they are different, and apparently these are statistically significantly different between where this volcanic soil is present versus absent, and how it correlates to color. Let me find. We have the image here as well. Here is the image. So this is the darker color. So normally the barn owls that we see, actually our friends at Hoot House live stream, if you wanted to see what barn owls normally look like, that channel it shows you what normally barn owls are colored like. They are very white in color. They're very brilliant white, almost like part of this onesie. These are the ones that are eating that volcanic soil, like things that are growing on volcanic soil, the high amounts of sulfur, and that's what's making them this darker, fine shade of red color. Example about how diet can affect the colors and structure of these animals, which I think is a really neat piece of biology. The paper didn't go into much detail beyond that, and honestly, there is a bit of the data that's a little, you would want to see a little bit more. There's some hypotheses that they talk about that this could be that they have dietary limitations, these animals, that they need more cysteine to have more of the pigment in their diet. They could result in higher levels of oxidative stress. So they have a lot of hypotheses as to what might be happening on a molecular level with these animals, and the fact that they're this color, but they really don't go into proving any of these hypotheses, just a lot of ideas. So it feels like They're trying to prove that this is a phenomena, and then the next step is going to be, okay, this is a phenomena, and here is the actual results of what that means. I hope that makes sense, y'all. So there we go. I thought that would be a fun way to finish off the evening. I was not planning on us doing the owl story tonight, but I hope y'all enjoyed it.